Today we're looking at some people who celebrated too early. Don't be like these people.
It's true that people will always remember the sports person with the most style. However, style isn't likely to be the thing that wins you Olympic gold medals. Snowboarder Lindsay Jacobellis will be keen to tell you that.
Oh god, right, we got a snowboarder. Snowboarding is scary. Whenever I was younger, I went skiing once and it was actually a nightmare. Like, I was so scared of taking people out. Fun fact, somebody in my group actually injured their skiing instructor and I'm pretty sure they had to get surgery on their knee.
She learned that lesson the hard way back at the 2006 Winter Olympics in the snowboard cross event. She was the reigning world champion at the time and a clear favorite, and she proved that quickly by taking an incredible lead pretty much straight out of the gate. With only 2 jumps to go, she was way out in front, so she decided to add some flair to her victory in an event that doesn't give points for style.
Wait, she added something to her jump? I don't ever understand why people do that. Like, I've seen it quite a few times in like sports and other things. People will do like a little special trick to like show off and then they fail. Just finish the competition, then celebrate afterwards.
Didn't pay off. Always win first and add style later.
So just 2 jumps to go, and Jacobellis is
Did she
down.
fall over?
Jacobellis has fallen.
That is so stupid. Like, I don't even know what she tried to do. I just seen her falling over. And the thing is, if she didn't try to show off, she probably would have won the race. That right there is why you don't try to be a show off.
The best part about this early celebration is something you might not immediately notice, but that's why I'm here. We've seen this before. A goalkeeper leaves the goal unattended to celebrate what he thinks is a victory while the ball finds its way into the net. It's always funny, but this one's extra special because this goalkeeper had no reason to celebrate that hard.
Exactly. Like, why did he literally do that? I used to be a goalie back whenever I played football years ago, and trust me, I was crap. Something like that would happen to me. Like, I don't understand why he'd do that. He literally is the reason that his team could have lost the game. Imagine if that happened at the World Cup.
He didn't save that ball. The player just missed the goal. It's fine to be happy, but having a whole parade is a really disproportionate response here.
Exactly, because of him, the ball went in the goal. He's gonna get so much shit whenever he gets back into the changing rooms.
The NBA is one of the world's most popular sports leagues, and it really isn't hard to see why. It's filled with amazing moments of skill and dexterity, and moments like this. The wonderful thing about this game is the attitude the players bring to it. Here, Nick Young celebrates this 3-point shot with an amazing amount of swag.
Well, it looks like it didn't go in the end. It literally jumped out. You guys know what I'm like with basketball. I'm actually quite good at basketball. Like, I'm not good at like the bouncing thing, but I can proper get it through the hole. Maybe I should sign up to NBA, but to be fair, I'm like 5'6", so that wouldn't work.
So much swag, in fact, that he didn't know he'd missed the shot. But it's not like that's the only time that's happened in NBA history, and it's not like Young has the most attitude in the sport either. Case in point, Kemba Walker.
Oh, what's this? That's embarrassing. What is the point of you doing that? Like, you literally didn't get it through the hole. He's probably thinking in his head, he's like, I'm the main character right now. Like, I've done so amazing. I'm gonna get so much, like, love and money. And then it didn't go in the end, and he's just proper embarrassed himself.
Drifting is known as one of the most difficult things you can do with a car. That definitely makes doing it well an achievement worthy of celebration.
Wait, drifting's a sport? I didn't even realize that was a thing you could do. That does not sound good. Imagine drifting a car. Like, whenever I think of a car drifting, I think of it like drifting, skidding in ice. And usually that will end up with somebody dead and in hospital.
But it also means that the celebration and the drifting probably shouldn't happen at the same time. You don't understand why? Well, just watch.
Okay, so he's drifting. Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh my god, he proper nearly ran people over. That's what's dangerous about it. Is this like an actual sport? Like, I've never seen drifting in the Olympics. This definitely seems like something you do down like the back of a dirt road.
See? Rather keep your hands on the wheel and wave to your adoring fans after the car has stopped moving, or there might not be a car left to wave from.
I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest, that was scary. Like, I wouldn't know what to do. I'm just scared of one day like driving a car and then it crashes and then I like kill somebody and go to jail. Me in jail would not be a good thing.
It's great to play your sport with showmanship, but as in every industry, it's important that you don't go too far, because then you start playing with style over substance. Kosuke Hashino learned his lesson about that though. It's a great play, sure, and the field is wide open, so it's not unreasonable for him to assume that he's going to make this try.
Oh god, what's he gonna do? This looks like rugby. I didn't even know Hong Kong had rugby. I swear China have like their own separate sports, and it's actually quite cool. I want to go to China or like Japan one day, but I genuinely didn't know that they had rugby or like football team. That's quite cool.
So he goes for one of the most stylish tries of his career. After all, nobody can stop him now.
Exactly, what was that? Like, that was so embarrassing. He literally, like, jumped and then, like, the ball fell out of his hand. He's probably gonna laugh it off, but he's literally crying in the inside.
Oh, except himself. You can always get in your own way.
That poor boy, like, everyone's gonna be laughing at him. I'd be so embarrassed. Have you ever tried to do something, like, show off to somebody and then it just, like, fails and backfires? It's happened to me quite a lot in, like, primary school, and I know the feeling of, like, the pain.
Did you ever have that moment when writing exams when you thought you were finished, then looked around and realized you'd missed a page? Now imagine that, but instead you're in an international cycling competition. Luka Pibernik thought he'd won, and you know, you can't fault his logic, he had crossed the finish line. The only problem was it wasn't the last lap of the race.
Oh my god, that idiot, that's so embarrassing. I swear they literally have to put up like a ribbon as well, so we didn't go through the ribbon. I'm so scared of like them bicycle thingies, like they genuinely scare me. I seen a video a while ago of these like cyclists going down a road, like 50 of them, and like 4 of them ran into a car. One time whenever I was younger, I tried to ride my bicycle, skidded, and then threw a tantrum, and I got like smacked. I don't really ride bicycles.
He realized his mistake when he looked back and saw how hard everyone else was cycling, and no, in the end, he didn't win.
Well, he didn't win. What did he come? Like last? That poor man, like he probably was thinking in his head, I'm so amazing, like I won this, I'm gonna be in the news. And then he literally lost. I mean, he will end up on the news, but not for the right reasons.
The funniest thing about this football fail is actually the crowd. Karim Balut was actually offside when he made his shot for the goal. The ball went in the net, and he decided that was enough for a celebration and never bothered to find out otherwise before running off toward his adoring crowd to celebrate. And they just cheer and jump with them. They must have realized it was offside. They weren't facing away from the field like him. Are they just humoring him?
Wait, am I supposed to understand that? Did he like score a goal in his own net, or did he like go over a line? I swear whenever it comes to football, there's like a square, like a rectangle shape where you're not allowed to go in there to score a goal. Did he go over that? Come on, I don't even play football and I know that.
He's still going on. It won't count, Kerem, I'm sorry.
And then he just goes like that, he pulls a huffy. We also talk about how footballers literally fall over and pretend that they've literally like got their leg ripped off whenever they fall over. Footballers are literally the most dramatic people ever, as well as basketballers, especially NBA people. I'm telling you, these athletes are professional victims and professional tantrum throwers.
Winning is great, but the problem with being the person who is always ahead of the pack is that you don't have the right perspective to be able to learn from others. Ricardo Russo encountered that problem here. If he'd had a few people out in front of him, he'd have realized that there was still one lap to go instead of abandoning the race to celebrate a victory that wasn't won yet.
That is literally like the cyclists. Like, I'm telling you, these people need to try and figure out how like long they're meant to be racing for. He's literally stood up and he's celebrating, and then he gets taken over.
It takes the poor guy ages to realize everyone else was still racing. His racing skills are fine, now he just needs to work on counting.
No, he's punching the air, he's celebrating, I think, and I think this race is still going on here, and he hasn't realised.
See, he probably gets paid lots of money to do that. Like, he's got sponsors, people were like really looking forward to him winning, and then he just does that. He's definitely gonna get shouted at backstage. And just like that, he was embarrassed. Anyways, guys, that was some people he celebrated way too early. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you're, press the subscribe button, and yes, I'll see you all in my next video.